Welcome to another episode of Full Sports Press. I'm your host, Brian Hill. This is the sports show that just beat a small child in fantasy football and feels great about it. How do you like that, unnamed niece of mine? What are you gonna do? You gonna go cry to your mom and dad? Good, because you gotta work, child. That's what you get. Talking trash to Uncle B, I'm gonna bring the ruckus. With week 2 officially in our rear view, we have a little bit more information on the rookie QBs who have started so far this season, which gives us a chance to dole out some early season grades in Full Sports Press's Rookie QB review. But before we begin, I'd like to preface this by saying all grades handed out were based on emotional knee-jerk reaction as opposed to the usual stat-based nonsense coming out of the sports media elite. So without further ado, we're going to start with Zach People Need to Stop Hitting on My Mom Wilson, who in 2 games has racked up an impressive stat line with 2 TDs and 5 interceptions. I mean, my man is just slanging it. I'm not giving a fuck where the hell the ball's going to. And now people might get all technical and say, yo B, those stats, they're shit. And technically, they'd be right. But what they're not considering is the massive handicap Wilson is playing with. What handicap, you ask? He's playing on the Jets, people. The Jets. I mean, the Jets have been notoriously crappy my whole life, and despite new hire Shiny Dome Salah, I have no faith whatsoever in the Jets, mainly because I'm a Jets fan. At a young age, my dad guilted me into becoming a Jets fan, and ever since, I've been in an abusive relationship where all I can expect is to get my heart broken. So if you tell me, hey, Zach Wilson's numbers aren't that great, I'll tell you, they're great, they're fine. And just leave the poor child alone, because being a quarterback of the Jets is rough business. I mean, just ask Sam Darnold. When he was playing for the Jets, he was looking like the world was caving in on him. He even said that he was seeing ghosts.
Seeing ghosts.
But now look at him, 3-0, playing like an all-star while basking in the Carolina sun, which is proof positive, yet the side effects of playing for the Jets consist of sadness and loss of football abilities. So sure, Zach Wilson has been playing like a sack of farts, but he's also playing for the Jets, a place that breeds hopelessness and failure. So I don't care if he throws 1,000 interceptions, because as a Jet, the biggest challenge is stepping onto the field knowing you're a Jet. So A+ for Zach Wilson. Keep your head up. And you know this, things will get better once you're either traded or your rookie contract expires. Moving on, we arrive at Patriots and Bill Belichick's latest project, Mac Jones, who is by far the dullest of the 3 quarterbacks on our list. If Mac Jones were a food, he'd be a loaf of gluten-free fiber bread, because he's bland, boring, and as solid as a high-fiber-based poop. Unlike Lawrence and Wilson, Simple Mac, as we like to call him around here, has thrown 0 interceptions and a staggering 1 touchdown. And people around the league are saying that he's playing great, which is an overstatement. He's playing all right. He's reliable. See, the thing that makes Simple Mac so good is that he's not gonna blow you away with over-the-top athleticism, dashing good looks, or any kind of personality whatsoever. In fact, he won't blow you away at all. If anything, you'll feel a gentle, calming breeze that ushers you into a deep state of relaxation, inevitably allowing him to win the game through a series of methodical, conservative drives where he makes all the right, boring choices. Simple Mac ain't the guy who will get all sloppy and reckless costing you the game. If anything, he'll get reckless when he's droning on about how much fun it is to fold socks or telling you about his favorite album, The Sound of Fans, No Oscillation. But as far as a formula to rookie success, he is it. He's not trying to be your hero because he knows the NFL is filled with hero slayers. So any rookie QB who's trying to make a name for himself and just be in the league, do what Simple Mac is doing. It'll get you to where you need to go, so long as you don't mind doing mostly boring toast-related marketing campaigns. With that said, Simple Mac, he gets an A for performance, but an F for fun. And finally, we come to already crowned greatest football player in the history of football, Jacksonville's Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence for years has soaked in the praise and adulation of the sports media elite because of his stellar play, cannon arm, and flowing golden locks. But unlike our media colleagues, we here at Full Sports Press caution on the side of probably garbage when it comes to talking about big name quarterbacks coming out of college, because generally they are garbage or they get blowed up. As for Trevor, his level of hype coming out of high school was so unrivaled that a part of me half expected him to win the Super Bowl after just 2 games, which I know is unrealistic, but that's how much People believed in this kid. I mean, I wish I had that much belief in my own children, but I don't because I've had a bigger sample size and the results are in and they're idiots. But back to Lawrence. After his first 2 games, he's had some highs and mostly lows, throwing 4 TDs to 5 interceptions. Now, that's not the worst start we've ever seen, but it's also not the best, considering that this kid has been on the cover of every football-related magazine on the planet. Shit, he was even on the cover of Southern Bridal magazine. I guess that's the pinnacle of bride magazines. I don't fucking know. So you can see how I might get slightly disappointed that he's not off to a great start off the bat, when all I've heard for the past 4 years is how great he is and how great he will be. And I get that he's being coached by Urban Meyer, who's a rookie NFL coach, and I know that there's a learning curve in the NFL. But guess what? I don't care. He was supposed to be great, and so far he's playing like a flunky. As a result, Trevor gets an F. A, because he hasn't won the Super Bowl yet, and B, because it's not healthy for a person to get praised this much all the time. I mean, let's knock him down a peg for his own good, and because it makes me feel slightly better. That's all for this episode of Full Sports Press. Join us next time when we ask professional basketball player Ben Simmons, why do you shoot a basketball like a person who just found out they had arms?
Launching for 3, and that's just the...
Shooting the jump shot now with some regularity. There it is. Infection. Simmons is posting the take.
I'm taking Ben, thank you.
And you've got a good feel for it. You're gonna...
Simmons again lining it up and missing, but that's okay.
21-point lead for the Blazers.